Guys, Mike Acquaviva back at you again, and in this video I want to talk about two very important components of success that will pull you towards a greater version of yourself and a better life in general over time. Now obviously I'm not a millionaire. I don't live in a beach house by the ocean. I don't have a Lamborghini. I drive a Hyundai Sonata 2007. I live in Delaware. And I really wish there was some water right here. That'd be cool. But I know where I'm going. I know that in time, if I follow this first component, and even the second one as well, of course, I will achieve what I want in life. And it's just a matter of time. And it's just a matter of time for you as well if you follow these two things. So the first thing I want to talk about is having a set of values. When you have a set of values, they're basically law for you. They're things that you follow to a T, and by doing so, you become the best version of yourself, and you show up in the world as who you really want to be. So my values are, so there's actually, in this way, for me, there's micro and macro values. So my macro value, the large overarching value that these three micro values I'm going to talk about really represents, is being an impact maker. That's my macro value. My micro values for being an impact maker are example, role model, and leader. And so I could have not have shot this video. I could have just went to Starbucks, and this video wouldn't be here impacting you, getting you to think about your own values, and it wouldn't be making a difference. But because my value is to be a leader, a role model, an impact maker, and an example, I shot this video for you. Otherwise, being a follower, being someone that well, not necessarily a follower, but being someone that is not trying to be a leader in this world, I just wouldn't care. I just do whatever and just say, forget it. I'm not here to really make a difference or anything. It's okay. But I am. So that's why I shot this video. And so I want you to think about your own values. Maybe your values are contribution, giving back to others, your family. Your values could be freedom, which of course could be time freedom, financial freedom. Again, it goes back to micro and macro values. Macro value is freedom. Micro values are time freedom, financial freedom. There's different components of freedom, right? Another one of my values is growth and evolution. Always growing, always learning, always becoming more. Because why not? Why not become more? If you're not growing, you're stagnating. And there's too many people that just really don't want to grow in this life. They don't want to become so much more. But you don't know how much you can really make a difference in another person's life if you don't grow. And of course that goes back to me being an influencer and an example, a role model, and a leader. Those two values go together, growth and being an example and a role model, right? So some of your values will overlap. Some of them will go together. And that's awesome, right? And so just make sure that every time you think about your own values, like, that's definitely my value. I will definitely follow that. And again, it has to be law for you. If you don't follow your values, then you will not show up as who you really want to be in the world. Another one of my values is being kind of positive, Well, I said kind of, but positivity isn't necessarily a value, but it's definitely a trait that is important you can imbue into your life. Of course, not everyone's positive. Not everyone can be positive all the time. There's things that happen in our life that kind of throw our positivity off. But values are a funny thing because it's kind of hard to necessarily define what a value is, but it's really it's really a set of traits that are important for you. Let me move on now. All right, and the second thing is vision. In fact, in the Bible it says, without vision, the people perish. What does that mean? I want you to think about that. Without vision, the people perish. And perish basically means to die. So in case you didn't know that. So without vision, the people die. And that's really powerful, right? So without having a clear image, an idea of what you want in your life, you're just going to follow the crowd, do the same thing as everyone else, and you're going to eventually just die, without having achieved really anything because you have no clue what you wanted to have, what you wanted to achieve, what you wanted to create in this world. And that's how a lot of people live. This kind of goes back to a Lakota idea. So Lakota are Native Americans. And, you know, I don't say Indians, I say Native Americans. But there's this book here called Backbone by David Wagner, The Modern Man's Ultimate Guide to Purpose, Passion, and Power. And in this book he talks about the Red Road and the Black Road, which is from Lakota tradition. And so if I go into that, yeah. So Lakota tradition describes two roads or paths that every man must choose between, the Red Road and the Black Road. The Red Road is the road of honor, wisdom, power, and vision. The Black Road, which is what most people go down, unfortunately, is the road of pettiness, dishonor, selfishness, and unconsciousness. The Red Road is described as narrow, winding, and difficult to follow. You have to be alert and watch every step. The Black Road, on the other hand, is described as wide, easy to follow, and very popular. You can sleepwalk down the Black Road, and there's always plenty of company there. To walk the Red Road, you have to stay awake. The path is always changing and often challenging. When we walk the Red Road, we become stronger, wiser, and better with time. When we walk the Black Road, we just get old and stupid. A lot of people are walking that Black Road. It's a road that's easy. You know, there's not a lot of bumps, not a lot of cracks and things in the way that will really get in your way and really challenge you to become better. You know, you just basically just walk down this road that leads to nowhere, and it's easy. You know, you see some cool stuff on the side, some cool distractions, and it's fun, it's easy, and for some people it's fulfilling because they don't really have a vision they're walking towards anyway down this path. But if you have a vision rather, then you're walking on the Red Road. You know, just the fact you have a vision, you're walking on a road that is going to be full of challenges. It's really going to be a difficult road. And if you follow your set of values to eventually achieve the vision and goals that you want, that's going to be a tough thing to do, right? It's not always easy to be a leader, an influencer, a role model, an example. It's not always easy to shoot videos like this or create courses and stuff like that. You know, it's not always easy to walk down the Red Road. But just know that on the other side of all the difficulties and challenges of life is the results that you want, is the success you're after. So you have to do what's uncomfortable. You have to walk down the Red Road in order to achieve what you want, my friend. So realize that, you know, you need to have a vision. You need to know exactly what kind of house, what kind of car, what kind of life, what kind of spouse you want to have, what kind of people you want to meet, and events you want to go to, and places you want to travel to. What do you want to do with your life? And start walking down that Red Road towards what you want.